Hey there everyone, and welcome back to Real Living, and welcome if you're new. My name's Ashley, and this week's video is concentrated in the kitchen. We did a super deep clean and reorganizing of the entire kitchen, so there was a lot going on. So come along with me and let's get motivated, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Another broken plate, another called off date. We never seem to get it.
So I've been wanting to do this kitchen overhaul for quite a while now, and we were finally able to get in here over the weekend and start getting it done. The footage you're seeing right now is of the before of everything that you guys are used to seeing, the way my kitchen always looks, and then it rolls into the things that we have moved around. The things that we moved around, I wasn't able to film all of that. My kitchen is quite small, so it is very difficult to move around all of the big furniture and still have my camera set up in a good position to where it's going to get really good footage or just good angles and things like that. I don't have too many equipment or the stands or anything like that to really help me get any of those really hard to reach video footage for you guys. It's still a process. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out my angles and all of this, but when it came to moving around all of the big stuff, the tripod just kept getting in the way, so we ended up not filming that part. But we did move everything out. We were cleaning the walls, we were cleaning the floors, and we were doing everything like that. So after we got that done, it started the next day for me, really. It ended up being a 3-day process of getting this entire kitchen done. So it ended up taking me quite a bit just because of the amount of stuff that I had to do. I wanted to take everything off of the shelves and wash everything, but starting with all of the stuff that was in the hutch that we ended up moving to the other window, we wanted to open up the 2 big windows and just let in a little bit more light. So we moved the hutch over to the corner window, and I needed to get everything that was in it washed and cleaned. I tend to try to do all of that at least 1 to 2 times a year. Just take everything out of the cabinets, everything off of the shelves, all of that. Get everything washed, get all of the surfaces cleaned, and then put everything back in a nice organized way. But this one was definitely a super big project because I did most of it by myself because Joe has to work. But I was able to get his help for moving all of the big stuff, and then all of the little stuff was left to me, which was just washing and drying and reorganizing and putting everything away.
Another heart attack, words that we can't take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the 2nd floor, I regret it all. When I think it through, I can't help the way I feel for you. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right. Even the worst can sting. I wanna change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Sitting there by the phone, hoping you'll answer yours. Baby, let's talk until we're fine. You've been in bed for days, empty without me, you say. Can't you just magically turn up in mine? Then you knock on my door on the 2nd floor, and I feel okay. We just made it through, and I love the way I feel for you. Baby, you make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. right, but somehow it feels right. We never get it right, but it still feels right. We never get it right, but somehow it feels right. That's how I feel about you. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right.
Now, I didn't film every single piece of me washing and drying and putting everything away just because I feel like it was very redundant. It was just repetitive. I was taking things out, washing everything, drying it off, putting it back, and then moving on to the next section and doing the exact same thing. So it was just a lot, and I felt like that if I recorded every single piece of that it would be a very boring video. So I wanted to make sure to get the nice, good, the good footage of the things like the pots and pans. I haven't done that in a while, so I needed to get all of those removed and cleaned and all of that. But especially the Tupperware, reorganizing it, getting it all nice and cleaned and stacked and put back into the hutch nicely, and just reorganizing everything and kind of decrease on a little bit of the clutter that had built up.
Even the ways can stay. I wanna change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Oh yeah. Still feels right. 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 Oh yeah.
So this is actually the next day. This is the third and final day of me taking care of this. The first day was Sunday. We were working, Joe and I were getting everything moved and the cleaning and all of that. And then the day before, I was doing everything to get the hutch back in place, get the appliances clean, things like that. And then on this day, I was finishing everything else up. I wanted to get all of the rest of the cabinets finished. And I wanted to get all of the pots and pans taken off of the shelves and really get in there and get those shelves nice and clean. Get the shelf above it cleaned, reorganized so that it was a little bit more, less clutter. I know I didn't really get rid of too many things, but I just reorganized it in a way that was a little bit more functional. And I wanted to kind of point out that it taking me 3 days is also a way that I've gotten comments before asking me, how do I motivate myself to do these big projects or to take care of stuff like this? And honestly, it's me pacing myself. I don't try to overdo it. I know I had Joe help me on that first day, and we did a lot. And then the next day, it was all on me because he had to go to work. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't overwhelm myself. And one of the phrases that I've heard before many times, and I absolutely love it, is progress, not perfection. So the thing that motivated me was I would get in there and I would get a section of it done, and I would only focus on that for the day. And once I got that done and it just really looked good, it was nice and organized, everything was beautiful, it made me want to finish. So I went in the next day and I finished with the pots and pans. I ended up redoing the food pantry and just kind of getting everything nice and clean and just reorganized and just making my kitchen more functional, a lot cleaner, and just not so cluttered to where I walked in and I'm putting groceries away, but I don't know where to put it because everything's just mixed up. So I was able to get in there and get it all finished. But that is how I make sure to kind of motivate myself to continue, is to focus on the progress, not perfection. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. But if you can make progress a little bit every day, even if it's just for an hour, you could just work for an hour, get one little small section of your house done, and then you don't have to worry about that. And then when you see it, it's going to look beautiful and it's going to make you want to make the rest of the house look like that. So that is one of the most powerful quotes that I have heard, is progress, not perfection. And it definitely helps to keep yourself from being overwhelmed or unmotivated to be able to get these things done. Underneath the sink is probably the area that gets the dirtiest, just because of the chemicals and pulling things in and out constantly and everything else. So I wanted to get everything pulled out and get that cleaned as well, and then just reorganize the chemicals so that they looked neater and were kind of more confined into one little space. Once I got done with underneath the sink, I moved on to the food pantry, and I ended up starting one shelf at a time taking everything off of that shelf, give it a nice good vacuum just in case there's any dust or debris, and then wiping everything down before I put the food back in an organized way. Now, this, you can see, is what I was meaning when I say that when I bring groceries home, I'm not sure where to put it because everything kind of gets scattered and it doesn't end up staying in its place. It just gets shuffled around. So I wanted to get everything pulled out, get it clean, and then put everything back the way it was. Get rid of any old food, anything that we either don't use or has expired because maybe it's shoved to the back corner and you forget about it. So I wanted to make sure to go through everything and get everything nice and clean and just reorganize this pantry. It was really driving me crazy. Once I finished with the pantry, I moved on to just giving the counters a good wipe down, one final wipe down. The little stove that I have, I wiped it down as well. And then I started to clean the floors, give them a really good mop. I had been mopping throughout the moving process. Every time we would move something, we would mop where it's either at or where it was, and then where it was going to go, so that everything was nice and clean as we moved it. But with the 2 days after of me trying to get everything reorganized and cleaned up and everything, I knew I needed to get these floors redone.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I say, see it in your mind. something knocked you out. You felt your limitations.
I really hope you all enjoyed this video. It was definitely a nice change to have the kitchen completely different. It looks so much better. To me, it looks less cluttered. It looks a little bit bigger. It looks more open. A lot more light comes in through those windows, and it's just so nice. I really love the change. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Next week, we are going to be undecorating for Halloween, getting all of that stuff put away, and getting a good deep clean on the rest of the house. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And I am going to be leaving this video with a little snippet of some of our Halloween fun, the new inflatables that we got, along with some pictures of the kids in their Halloween costume, and a few of our trick-or-treaters that we had. We had a ton of trick-or-treaters, and it was definitely a very successful Halloween. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you all next week.
Your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now, and don't let your eyes off